Moana 2 is set to be Disney's next big release, and it promises to be incredible.
You were gone forever.
But did you catch all the hidden details in the trailer or know all about the new characters that will appear in this upcoming movie?
Can I get a chee-hoo?
The first thing Disney confirmed is that the movie's plot will take place exactly 3 years after the end of the first film. And it really seems like the MAUI tribe is celebrating this occasion, as Moana is at the center of a festive gathering, seemingly honored for saving her people by returning and teaching them to navigate. Additionally, we can see that the protagonist has grown taller, and her parents have aged as well. Even Pua has grown much bigger and stronger, though he still can't quite keep up with his owner. But even as time passes, the heroine's bond with the demigod Maui remains strong, as she still carries the paddle he signed for her in the first movie. However, one of the most attention-grabbing characters in the new trailer is the newest member of the family. To learn all about her, like her age and name, as well as everything about the new villain and the monsters that will appear, stick with us until the end of the video. So jump on board as Cinewave kicks off another wave of excitement. Her name is Simea, and she's the youngest daughter of Chief Tui and his wife Sina. Given the girl's age, which seems to be around 3 years old, it's likely that when Moana returned from her first adventure, where she managed to restore the heart to Te Fiti, her mother was already a few months pregnant or perhaps even about to give birth to Simea. The name of the new character has a beautiful meaning, as it means God heard. The fact that Moana has a sister has been long planned by Disney, as in the original storyline, our heroine was supposed to be the youngest of 10 siblings. Chief Tui sure loves having kids, doesn't he? In the original script of the first film, Moana's siblings were supposed to set off to explore, leaving her behind because she was considered too fragile. The heroine would then embark on a journey to find her 9 brothers, during which she would meet Maui and save Te Fiti. But the story was changed, and in the 2016 movie, we saw the princess of the MAUI tribe leaving the island to save everyone from a tragic fate. What we know so far about Moana's new villain is that she is an entity with immensely powerful abilities, making Maui long for the days when he fought Te Kā, the giant lava monster. We've discovered that the character will be named Matangi, which in one of the Polynesian languages means goddess of wisdom, indicating that she will indeed have superhuman powers, as she is part of the Polynesian pantheon of gods. We've also learned that the color associated with the villain is lilac, as seen in the color of the moon behind her. This makes us think that the lightning bolt that nearly strikes Moana when she's gathered with her tribe might also be her doing, as it is also lilac. In Polynesian legends, Maui had a wife who was a goddess named Hina, though in other legends, she is his sister. The fact is that just like in the legends, the two characters will likely have a past connection. If she is an ex-girlfriend, there may be anger from the breakup, and if she's his sister, well, we all know how much siblings like to fight. Hina is known in Polynesian cultures as the goddess of the moon, which means that she has a direct connection with the tides, as it is scientifically proven that waves and tides vary according to the lunar phase. Moreover, we can see that the goddess has the power to control bats at will, which she uses to attack Maui. This further proves that there is indeed a previous connection between the two, as if you recall, when the demigod sings about his feats in the first film, he mentions a bat with many eyes that he defeated. This giant terrifying bat could be the true form of Matangi, his former girlfriend and mortal enemy. If you've watched Moana and thought the movie was cool, leave a comment below with #MAUI to honor the demigod hero of the story. Throughout the trailer, we see Moana discovering a broken clay piece with an engraved figure showing several people and an island with 2 peaks, one taller than the other. We hear someone narrating the story of a curse that can only be broken by landing on the shores of this very island. In the engraving, many people might not notice, but at the top, there appear to be several winged creatures that most of us would assume are beautiful birds. But anyone who thinks that couldn't be more wrong, as that symbol is likely a reference to the thousands of bats under the control of the villain, who probably resides on the cursed island. In the same scene where Moana finds the artifact with the engraved island, we can see several people at the bottom, suggesting that in a distant past, many people from various tribes might have inhabited the place. However, it's possible that at some point, when the villain Matangi arrived and cursed the island, she also cursed its inhabitants, turning them into bats. So all the nocturnal creatures she controls are actually humans she transformed into her servants. So Moana's real mission seems to be just to set foot on the island shores. But if what we theorize is true, she'll also have the task of helping to free all the people enslaved by the moon goddess. How is she going to do that? I'm really curious. We can even hear the voice of a young man talking about the island and its curse.
Setting foot on its sands would break the curse.
And we find out that it's a new character named Maui who tells the story. He's probably the long-haired, not-so-brave guy we see fainting when Maui appears. And it seems he's going to join Moana on this journey to try and reach the cursed island. I'd guess he's some kind of historian from the MAUI tribe, and his knowledge will be crucial in providing clues to the island's location. Besides him, we can see that the group of brave crew members also includes a little girl and an elderly elderly man. The three of them, along with Moana, who is now an experienced navigator, and her two animals, Hei and Pua, will risk their lives to reach the destination and save their people once again. But apart from them, it seems there's another crew member that almost nobody noticed in the trailer because he's so small, a Kakamora. We'll talk more about that in the next section. Of course, the tiny pygmy pirates couldn't be left out of Moana's second movie. The detail is that in this next film, the role of these mini pirates, who are very dangerous, is going to be much bigger. That's because one of them will actually join the Motunui Princess's crew, at least for a while. We can see two scenes where the same Kakamora plays a significant role. First, we see him hitting the film's protagonist with several tranquilizer darts that have an immediate effect, knocking her out and causing her to collapse on the boat. But besides that, we also see that when Moana and her crew are in a dark place, which is probably the stomach of the giant monster island that's right behind them in the scene with the darts, he's there with them too. This suggests that he was either abandoned by his fellow Kakamoras or didn't manage to jump off the raft before it was swallowed by the creature. The fact is that the creature will join, even if reluctantly, the group that's trying to escape from the belly of the monster island. At least, that's what we're hoping for. Can you imagine if the movie ends with everyone still inside the monster's belly? No way that's going to happen. One of the scariest things about the new Motunui Princess movie is definitely the appearance of the biggest monster so far in Polynesian mythology. We don't know what name Disney will give to the creature that looks like an island but actually loves to eat unsuspecting sailors, but in the mythology of the Oceania peoples, it can be compared to Rongamai. This is a gigantic creature that is so huge it can actually be mistaken for an island. So the origin of the new monster is probably inspired by this mythological and terrifying entity. If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to cause a lot of trouble for Moana's crew, especially after the creature is completely knocked out by the Kakamora's darts. That's because the monster is right there behind them, probably thinking it's lunchtime. And now it's time to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Just click the subscribe button. When we see Moana returning to her island, she's steering a different boat from the one she used in the first movie. But that's not all. We can also see that she's not alone. It seems that she now has become the leader of the navigators, as no one had known how to sail for many generations since the Motunui people had settled on the old island from the first film. After learning from Maui, Moana taught everyone on the island who wanted to learn, and many likely join her on her missions now, forming a skilled group of navigators. We also notice that when Moana takes her sister to a cave, the boat used in the first movie is still there, perfectly preserved. This suggests that it might be waiting to be used, perhaps by Simea when she's older, in a potential third movie in the franchise. Moana's grandmother passed away at the very beginning of the first movie, but that didn't stop her from guiding Moana on her mission. Just like her presence in the spirit world allowed her to offer advice to the Polynesian princess, we can see that the bond between them remains strong. We also see a whale with glowing tattoos from the spirit world, which seems like it will assist Moana in her new journey against the most terrible enemy she has ever faced. Most people probably didn't notice this, but there's a small detail worth pointing out. Depending on the scene, you can see that Moana is wearing different outfits. For example, while she's on the island with her people, we can see that she's wearing an outfit with no straps. However, once she embarks on her mission, her outfit undergoes a slight change, so we can understand that when she finds the artifact with the engraving of the cursed island, she's still on her island. And when she's on her raft next to Maui, she's already on her journey, nearing the cursed island. It's just a small detail, but also very interesting. We've picked out two really cool videos for you to watch and keep having fun with us. I've heard the one on the right is really good, and the one on the left is too. Just choose which one you want to watch first. Enjoy!